CSS, it is possible to create a link or button that changes to a second star when a user moves their mouse over it, and this is known as what? Roll over. And a third star when they click on it. This is achieved by setting a background image for the link or button that has 3 different styles of the same button, but only allows enough space to show one of them at a time. Only one is shown at a time. So until the link or the button is clicked, the star is not changed. Okay, the first star will still be in force until an action occurs. You can see the image I'm going to show you in the example. Okay, it actually features 2 buttons on the image. When the user moves their mouse over the element or clicks on it, the position of the background image is also going to move to show the relevant image. When a single image is used for several different parts of an interface, it is known as what? Sprite. I'm taking it again. When a single image is used for several different parts of an interface, it is called a sprite. You can add the logo and other interface elements as well as buttons to the image. The advantage of using sprites is that the web browser only needs to request one image rather than many different images. Okay, which makes your page load very faster. The less image you have, the smoother your page loads. And if you have a lot of images, and with large images, the slower your page load. Okay, I want to show you an example, okay, of an anchor. So this is a link which has a button. Okay, it has a class and an ID, and then this also has a class and also has an ID, and this is the code for its CSS. Okay, so you can see the first button, the one that has a class of button, the anchor with a height of this, an image of that. Okay, and then all other rules that were attached to it. Now this is the ID. Okay, and this is the another ID for the framing options. So we are going to look at this in our text editor in our browser. Now this is my text editor, and I've inserted the 2 links. Okay, one has a class of button and the other and an ID of add to basket, whilst this one also has framing options. Now in my CSS I've styled them. So you see the first button has a height and a background image, which is the sprites, and then the text indent of negative 9,999 pixels. A display is inline block. That means it's an inline element, but display it as what? As a block element. This is what we've done previously, and this is the ID. So we start the width and the positioning. You see 0 pixel 0 pixel. I mean, this is the horizontal one, this is the vertical. The framing options also, we framed it, and we also gave it negative 175 and then 0. We came to hovering. That means when we place our mouse pointer on it, it should when we hover our mouse pointer on it, it should give us some positioning. It should do something for us to see some styles. So we've applied all those styles, and then I'm going to save. I've saved this. Let me refresh the browser to see. Let me scroll down to see whether okay, so this is a button. So you see this is the hovering. You see, so you see different styles applied. The way it is, with the moment I place this on it, it kind of covers the image, sort of the background image, sort of. You see, and my frames are working properly. just as I want it to work. Let's continue to explain what we just did. Okay, now you realize that in the example we just checked or we just used, you can see two different links that look like buttons. They are links, but they look like what? Buttons that are clickable. Each of the buttons has three different states. These are all represented in a single image. Because the element is an inline element, we set the display property of these links to indicate that they should be inline block element. This allows us to specify the width and the height of each element so that it matches the size of its corresponding button. We also realize that the background position property is used to move the image in order to show the button in the right state. When the user hovers, like I was explaining, when I hover over a link, the hover pseudo class has a rule that moves the background position of the image to show a different state of that button. Similarly, when the user clicks on the link, the active pseudo class has a rule to show the third state for that position. Touch screen devices will not change a link's state when the user hovers over it, as the screens do not yet have a way to tell when the user is hovering. It is only when it is clicked. However, they will change the appearance when you click it or when you activate it, just like we did